welcome to Parasar Notes of Classes. In my earlier video, I have discussed about some examples which is related to Walter dividend model and Gordon dividend model. In today's video, as I have already promised you that in one video I provide you some solutions related to solve some complex problems which is based on Gordon model of dividend policy. So before I start the video, what you have to do first of all you have to subscribe the channel. Then after it, if you like the video, then you have to share this link with your connection so that it can reach up to the maximum number of people, and so that they can get the benefit of the concept how to solve sums related to Gordon model of dividend policy and Walter model of dividend policy. So here I am going to start the topic, and the question is, the following information is available in respect of the rate of return on investment R and the cost of capital K and earning per share of XYZ Limited Company. So what is the question is saying? The question says that some information is given to us in the question related to rate of return on investment, cost of capital or capitalization rate, and earning per share of XYZ Limited. So rate of return on investment, we have three types of rate of return on investment here. First one is 15%, second one is 12%, and third one is 10%. After it, the cost of capital is given and the K is 12%, and earning per share value also given, and that is rupees 10 per share. So we have to determine the value of its shares using Gordon model for different dividend payout ratio of 100%, 80% and 40%. So first of all, whenever you are going to solve a complex problem, then what you have to do, you just have to read out the questions carefully, what the question is demanding. So here the question related to determine the value of share using Gordon dividend model based on some different dividend payout ratio. One is 100% dividend payout ratio, second one is 80% dividend payout ratio, and third one is 40% dividend payout ratio. So here we have to solve this sum related to first one 15% rate of return, then second related to 12% rate of return, and third one 10% rate of return on investment. So here we have to divide the question in three main parts. First related to R equals to 15%, condition related to when R equals to 15%, and second main part related to when R equals to 12%, and third main part related to R equals to 10%. So as we already discussed in our theory video, that there are three types of conditions for a firm. One is growth firm, second one is normal firm, and third one is declining firm. So growth firm indicate the term when R is greater than K. R is greater than cost of capital, then it is related to the concept of growth firm. So here in first condition, if you see the first condition, that is rate of return on investment is 15%, and if you look at the K concept, then K is 12%. So 15% is more than 12%. So here the first condition related to the category of growth firms, that is R greater than K. And if we look at the second main condition, that is R equals to 12%. So R is 12% and K is also 12%, that is R equals to K. It indicates the situation of normal firm. So second main condition related to normal firm condition. Then third main category related to R equals to 10%, and we have K concept is 12%. So here the third main condition related to declining firm condition where R is less than cost of capital. So here we have to solve the whole sum by dividing into three main parts. First one when R equals to 15%, second one when R equals to 12%, and third one when R equals to 10%. Just look at the next slide. As we know the formula of Gordon model of dividend policy, formula is P equals to E multiplied by 1 minus B divided by K minus BR. As we already know that B is retention ratio for a particular firm. B is a retention ratio, how much is company is going to retain in the business. So B is the retention ratio, and how we get it? By substituting dividend payout ratio from 1. So 1 minus dividend payout ratio, we get the value of B, and R is required rate of return on investment. As we already know about the formula, so here according to the formula we just solve this example. First of all, write up the given values. Given values are R when first condition 15%, second main 12%, and third main 10%. K is 12%, E is rupees 10 per share, and dividend payout ratio we have in three main categories: 100%, 80%, and 40%. So first of all, dividend policy and value of shares. So we just determine according to the question dividend policy and value of shares. So according to dividend policy condition, that is I already discussed about normal form condition, declining form condition, and growth form condition. So we have to solve this sum according to the principles of dividend policy. So value of share according to principle of dividend policy, we just divide whole sum into three main categories. First one, R equals to 50%, that is the condition of R is greater than K. And second main condition is R equals to 12%, that is the condition of normal form, R equals to K. And third main condition is R equals to 10%, that is related to declining form condition, R less than K. So first of all, we have to write on the top of the block by dividing into three main columns. R equals to 15, R equals to 12, and R equals to 10%. And in each category, we have to solve the sum in each category on the basis of different dividend payout ratio. First of all, we have to calculate the value of share according to dividend payout ratio when 100%. Secondly, we have to calculate the value of share according to dividend payout ratio when it is 80% for a particular firm. And then thirdly, when dividend payout ratio is 40%. So in each category, in each condition, we have to solve the sum by dividing into three main parts, which is based on different dividend payout ratio. So first of all, the A part related to when dividend payout ratio is 100%, dividend payout ratio is 100%, or we can say that B equals to 0. So here the value of B, how we get the value of B? B equals to 1 minus dividend payout ratio. So 1 minus dividend payout ratio means 1 minus 100%. So we get the value is 0. So 0 value is related to the value of B or retention ratio. So after getting the value of B, we just put the value of B in the given formula of Gordon model. So formula is E multiplied by 1 minus B divided by K minus BR. So here E is rupees 10 per share. So write down the rupees 10 per share and multiply by 1 minus B. 1 minus B means 1 minus 0 and divided by K minus BR. K stands for 12%, that is 0.12, and minus BR. B is 0 and R is 15%, so 0.15. And after solving this line, we get 10 divided by rupees 0.12, 10 divided by 0.12, and what we get after solving this? Rupees 83.33, rupees 83.33 when dividend payout ratio is 100% and R is 15%. So here, when dividend payout ratio is 100% for XYZ Limited Company and R is 15%, then value of share for XYZ Limited Company is rupees 83.33. Now look at the second main condition, that is R equals to 12%. So here R equals to 12% means R equals to K. So when dividend payout ratio is 100%, as we know the B is 0. So here the B value is same in all three categories. So B is equals to 0. Now we just put all the values in the given formula. So by putting the values in the formula, we get P equals to rupees 10 per share multiplied by 1 minus 0 divided by 0.12, that is K, and minus BR. BR means 0 multiplied by 0.12. Here R is 12%. So after solving the first line, we get 10 divided by 0.12, that is rupees 83.33. Rupees 83.33. Now just come to the third main condition, when R is 10%, or we can say that R less than K. So when dividend payout ratio is 100% and R is 10%, then the value of share is, so value of share according to R equals to 10% and dividend payout ratio is 100% is rupees 10 per share multiplied by 1 minus 0 divided by 0.12 minus 0 multiplied by 0.10. So what we get after solving this? P equals to 10 divided by 0.12, that is rupees 83.33. So in all three conditions for XYZ Limited, when dividend payout ratio is 100%, we get the same value. So rupees 83.33 we get when 15% rate of return on investment, when 12% rate of return on investment, and when 10% rate of return on investment. And it is basically based on when dividend payout ratio is 100%. Now the second main part of the question is when dividend payout ratio is 100%, when dividend payout ratio is 80%. So after solving the sum according to dividend payout ratio is 100%, now the second main part based on what is the value of share when dividend payout ratio is 100% for XYZ Limited company. So here we have to calculate the value of share according to 80% dividend payout ratio in each three main conditions. So in first condition, when dividend payout ratio is 180%, that means B can be get by 1 minus 80%. 1 minus 80%, or we can write down the value as 1 minus 0.80, that is related to 0.20, or we can say that B's value is what we get, B it stands for 0.20. So B equals to 0.20. So B value is same in each category, whether it is R equals to 15%, R equal to 12%, and R equals to 10%. So here according to dividend payout ratio, when dividend payout ratio is 80%, B's value is 0.20. So now we just put the value of B, R and E earning per share in the formula, and what we get, P equals to 10 multiplied by 1 minus 0.20 divided by 0.12 minus 0.20 multiplied by 0.15. So formula is, basically the formula we have to remember in the mind, E multiplied by 1 minus B divided by K minus BR. So here E is 10 per share and B is 0.20, that is 1 minus 0.20, and divided by K minus BR. K stands for 12%. So 0.12 minus 0.20 multiplied by 0.15, and what we get after solving this line, 8 divided by 0.12 minus 0.03, 8 divided by 0.12 minus 0.03, and what we get after solving the second main line, 8 divided by 0.09, 8 divided by 0.09. How we get it? By substituting the value of 0.03 from 0.12. So what we get? 0.09. So 8 divided by 0.09, we get the value of share for when dividend payout ratio is 80% and R is 15%, is rupees 88.89 rupees. So rupees 88.89 per share for a particular company. So now the second main condition, when R equals to 12%. So dividend payout ratio is 80%, as we already know. So B equals to 1 minus 0.80 equals to 0.20. So B's value is 0.20, as it is same in all three conditions. So just write down the value in the formula. P equals to 10 divided by 1 minus 0.20 divided by 0.12 minus 0.20 multiplied by 0.12. So what you get after solving the first line, 8 divided by 0.12 minus 0.024, and after solving the second main line, what you get, 8 divided by 0.096, and 0.096 we get by substituting the value of 0.024 by 0.12. So 8 divided by 0.096, we get the value is 83.33 per share for XYZ Limited Company when R equals to 12% and dividend payout ratio is 80%. Now the third main condition, when R equals to 10%. So dividend payout ratio is 80% and the B's value is 1 minus 80%, that is 0.20. So P equals to 10 multiply by 1 minus 0.20 divided by 0.12 minus 0.20 multiply by 0.10. What we get after solving the first line, 8 divided by 0.12 minus 0.02. So 0.12 minus 0.02, we get 8 divided by 0.10. And what we get in lastly, rupees 80 per share for XYZ Limited Company when R equals to 10% and dividend payout ratio is 80%. Now just come to the third main condition, when dividend payout ratio is 40%. So when dividend payout ratio is 40%, so first of all we have to find out the value of B, that is retention ratio. So when dividend payout ratio is 40%, just calculate the value of retention ratio first. B equals to 1 minus 0.40 equals to 0.60. So B's value is 0.60. In each condition we have to put the value of retention ratio as 0.60. So now we just substitute all the values in the given formula. So P equals to 10 divided by 1 minus 0.60 divided by 0.12 minus 0.60 multiplied by 0.15. What we get after solving the first line, 4 divided by 0.12 minus 0.09, and then after solving the second main line, 4 divided by 0.03 we get. And lastly, the value of share according to dividend payout ratio is 40% and R is 15%. Then the value of share is rupees 133.33 rupees. So 133.33 rupees per share value is when dividend payout ratio is 40%. And now the second main condition, when R is 12%. So B value is same, that is 0.60. just put the value in the given formula. So P equals to 10 multiplied by 1 minus 0.60 divided by 0.12 minus 0.60 multiplied by 0.12. So what we get, P equals to 4 divided by 0.12 minus 0.072. So P equals to 4 divided by 0.048. After solving the second main line, we get P equals to 4 divided by 0.048. And lastly, what we get after solving the last line, rupees 83.33 per share value according to dividend payout ratio is 40% for XYZ Limited Company when R is 12%. Now the third main condition, that is based on declining firm condition. So declining firm condition, when R equals to 10%, then what is the value of share when dividend payout ratio is 40%? So when dividend payout ratio is 40%, then B is 0.60. Now we just put the value in the given formula. So formula, as we all remember, E multiplied by 1 minus P divided by K minus BR. So I am just putting the values in the given formula. So P equals to 10 per share multiplied by 1 minus B, that is 1 minus 0.60, and divided by K minus BR. K is 12%, so 0.12 minus B stands for 0.60 and R stands for 10%, that is 0.10. Now after solving the first main line, we get P equals to 4 divided by 0.12 minus 0.06. P equals to 4 divided by 0.12 minus 0.06. Now what we get after solving the second main line? P equals to 4 divided by 0.06. And lastly we get rupees 66.67 rupees per share for XYZ Limited company when R equals to 10% and dividend payout ratio is 40%. So after solving the sum according to three main categories, when according to different dividend payout ratio and different rate of return on investment, we have to conclude. So we have to provide a conclusion. So now we can conclude that first conclusion related to when R equals to 15% or the condition is related to growth firm condition. So then optimum dividend payout ratio for ABC Limited company is 40% because at this company has maximum value of share in comparison to other payout ratio. So when question asks about to give a conclusion also, so or we can say that provide a conclusion that what is the optimum dividend payout ratio for a company in all three main conditions when dividend payout ratio is 100%, 80% or 40%. So as here I want to clear that optimum dividend payout ratio is that when the value of share for a particular firm is maximum. So the optimum dividend payout ratio in first condition is 40% because at 40% dividend payout ratio, company has maximum value of share, that is rupees 133.33 per share. So here first conclusion must be clear in your mind. Now come to the second main conclusion, that is based on normal form condition R equals to K. So when R equals to K, the ABC Limited has no optimum dividend payout ratio because at each dividend payout ratio company has same value of shares. When company has same value of shares, whether it is at 100% dividend payout ratio, whether it has 80% dividend payout ratio or 40% dividend payout ratio, then if the value of share is same at all three dividend payout ratio, then we have to conclude that there is no optimum dividend payout ratio in the condition of normal firm condition for ABC Limited company. Now the third main conclusion is based on declining firm condition when R less than K. So the optimum dividend payout ratio for ABC Limited is 100% because at this dividend payout ratio company has maximum value of shares. So if we look at the third main condition, that is related to declining firm condition, then the optimum dividend payout ratio is 100% because at this rate the company has maximum value of shares. So hence we can say that the optimum dividend payout ratio for a company is that at which it has maximum value of shares. So this is all about the complex problem based on Gordon model of dividend policy. I really hope that the concept will be clear in your mind how to provide a conclusion for all the categories related to growth firm, declining firm or normal firm. And you have to remember one more thing in your mind, that optimum dividend payout ratio for a company is that at which company has maximum value of share. So I really wish that video really help you in solving the complex problem based on Gordon model of dividend policy, and you can solve more complex problem based on Gordon model of dividend policy by following this video. So please subscribe the channel and like and share the video. Thank you so much for viewing the whole video.